Finally not as early as the start, but it still means it's time for set. The rumours are true, I am on holiday! There we go, we've finally got a week away. We've got ourselves a rather nice little Swift. The weather leaves a little to be desired, but it is England after all. We've got ourselves a beautiful TV right here, and we have mirror number 1 of probably several hundred. And let's go ahead and take a little bit of a look around the van, shall we? We've got a wonderful set of chairs on the table, just because they're feeling generous, and they've even given us a toaster. We of course have ourselves a wonderful little microwave. And going back this way, we have got a hallway. In said hallway, I believe this is bathroom number 1. Yes, it is, complete with tiny glass. And then we have got... there's too many doors in this place. We have got another set of, well, a first bedroom actually, out of, I think, about 3 in here, I want to say. Let's go and check in here, shall we? Yep, bedroom number 2. So this down here should be bedroom number 3, and my god is it fancy. But this is going to be our little bit of our little base for the week, and yes, another view and another mirror. Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go move everything. I'll be right back. Well, a considerable amount of hours and one blue sky later, we are finally making our way down to have a look at some dinner, and also going and having a little look around all of the arcades and stuff. I did do a video on here last time we were here. You can go and check that out in an iCard all the way over here somewhere, if I remember to put it in post, which I probably will forget. But you can go ahead and check all of that out. But we've got a lot of pretty cool caravans over here. We've got a Swift Bordeaux. Essentially is literally what we had last time we were here. But our arcades are over there, and so's the dinner. So let's get going. And here we are. We've had a little bit of dinner. We're now just sort of outside for a couple minutes before heading all the way down and into Funworks to go ahead and see what we have for arcades. Somebody's dog is barking its head off like absolute crazy. I don't know who it is. I don't have a dog yet. But over here we've got Slim Chickens, which used to be Starbucks. But if you remember that from the last time I was over at Primrose Valley, then congratulations, you're old. But now let's go ahead and take to the arcades. And now it's a little bit chilly at the moment, but it is, if I can find my phone very quickly, I don't know if it will show, but it is, there we go, 9:48. And we're making our way back to the van. We left at about 5, so camera, can you focus please? I had to restart the clip for it to focus. I didn't realise it had gone out of focus, so if any of that got in the video, my apologies. But yeah, our van is just a little bit up here. In fact, it is roughly about there. So we're going to go ahead and make our way up to the van, and then I'm going to go and get a coffee, because it's a little bit on the chilly side out here, because like usual it's September and this is your average British summer. Now let me get inside, it is cold! And so after a long day of travel, terrible weather, and a lot of time spent with, well, just watching a lot of stuff about music and enjoying some live shows, and probably a good fair few coffees and some food, and also checking out the arcades but not doing anything with them just yet. It is now very, very dark outside. I am extremely tired, so I'm going to go off to sleep. But that will be it for day number 1, and I'll see you in day number 2. Okay, I lied. I'm going to do a little bit of gaming first. I mean, hey, there's a reason I brought a 3DS with me. Right, okay, now to day 2. So we ended up just chilling indoors for a little bit, just enjoying the nice little bit of being on holiday and not having too much to do. The breeze has picked up a little bit, okay, maybe a lot, but we're going to go and head back down to the local arcades, which means a long walk back down that way. I've got my jacket today because it's a little bit cooler and a lot more breezy, and the sky over there doesn't exactly look very promising, so I've got a coat with big pockets so I can put my camera in if it starts raining. But we're going to go and head back down and probably try and see if I can win something on the arcades today. Well, what a arcade trip that was. 7,500 tickets on the nose. The poor guy behind the counter said he'd never seen it. And apparently he's never seen anybody else win this either. So as far as I'm concerned, I think this is the only one there. And now it's in the possession of tiny YouTuber TechAdHD2. I could say I'm feeling pretty happy about that. Right, now what to do? Well, there we are, we're now back in the caravan. Here is our wonderful little win just here. I actually feel so smug about that. Maybe a bit more than I should. But now I've got my drink, and then we're going to go ahead and get some dinner in just a little bit. So I guess on to a dinner. Alright, so I got very busy just watching the TV with some family who was staying with me, and, well, I didn't actually get a chance to explain everything, because for this, it was 7,500 tickets over at that little prize booth thing, and, well, we spent absolutely ages, and I mean ages on this one, collecting a lot of tickets. In fact, there's still some in there, but in the meantime, my phone has decided it has the audacity to go flat, so I currently have it on charge. Yep, 11:31. Oh well. But then we have got tomorrow to go, which is going to be a day number 3, which, depending on how long this section already is, might end up being in this video or next. I'm not quite too sure, but I have a feeling it's probably going to be in, well, probably this video, so that's always a plus. It's very dark outside. But then we've also got down here this that I might build as well, because, well, I have nothing else to do. I've got to add that this also wasn't one I bought this from home, but still, As for the arcades, they were pretty fun as well. I'm taking you essentially on a tour of the caravan, because I can. But yeah, the arcades were also pretty fun indeed. But there wasn't as much VR stuff this time. Well, there's a whole load of new stuff. But there wasn't any of the VR Beat Saber stuff, which is what I really enjoyed last time, or any of the Beat Saber knockoffs. But there is this really, really cool photo of somewhere, and I'd like to go and take a photo of that myself someday. Enough waffling aside, I'm going to go and let my 3DS charge. It's just over there somewhere. Ah, there it is. In fact, does anybody still use the 3DS anymore? But then we're going to go ahead and jump into day number 3, and hopefully the weather won't be as awful, because it's been really, really bad today. Anyway, day 3, let's go. Well, a very, very good early morning. I have to be a little quiet because people are sleeping, but as you can tell from the wonderful everything hitting the roof, it is another wonderful day of British existence and a wonderful British good old summer. Because if you go all the way out to the window here, you can see it has been raining like mad, and it still is. So that's always a lot of fun. But we're going to have probably some pretty good breakfast today. And then, well, we'll probably go and wait for a bus and get utterly soaked. So, yeah, fun times. Well, here we are in Scarborough, in the Brunswick Centre, and a lot of stuff has disappeared since I was here last. For example, I don't even know what that used to be. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that used to be. This used to be a massive Debenhams that spanned like 2 or 3 stories, but now it's gone on every level. There used to be an Argos just a bit further down there, just here, that area, and now that's gone. And then Dorothy Perkins over here, you guessed it, that's empty too. There's so much empty stuff here, it's actually kind of concerning. So here is the edge of Scarborough where I've just been. There's the Brunswick Centre. We were just in there literally last clip, but now we're heading ourselves back out to the bus station to go and head back to the site because it has been absolutely chucking it down all day today. You can see it is still very damp down here, and by the feeling of things, or the fact it's this tree I'm stood under, it started raining again. So off we go before I teach my camera how to swim. Interesting car spot of the day, a Mercedes with the Brabus stuff on it. It's honestly pretty cool. You don't get to see many of these, especially around where I am, so it's nice to see one out here in person. To the beach, or I would if the weather wasn't absolutely terrible. Anyway, we've made it back on the bus. It is just over there, the number 13, unlucky for some, but luckily for us it made it all the way back here without breaking down too much. I'm just kidding, it made it here all the way, no problems whatsoever. But now we're gonna go ahead and just sit up here, do a couple photos, and then head ourselves back to the van before going back down to the arcades, which might be some B-roll. I might try and see if I can film some more and actually talk, but there's so much goes on in there, it's practically an entire just overload each time we try and step in the place. But I will try my absolute best, because there's been a lot of B-roll. I don't even know if I've even had a chance to mention the fact we're on holiday. It's day 3. Well, I stopped by to go ahead and have some dinner, and now we're going to go ahead and go back to El Caravan, which is a very nice Swift, by the way. It's actually a pretty nice caravan. You saw it in sort of the first day of being here, and it's really, really, really cool. We've got to go down here, turn left, turn right, keep walking, try and find a hedge, and try and resist the temptation to pole vault over it. But we're going to go back, get everything sorted, and then we're going back down the arcades because we've got 3,000 tickets to get rid of, so I'll see you there. And so here's today's haul from being in a place we call Scarborough. We've been here before, check out that video all the way over here. But we have got ourselves Subi, a couple of Nissan Silvias at long last. I've been hunting all over the country for these, and I've finally found two. So one will go out of the box probably later this video, and one will stay in the box. And we've got ourselves a Nissan Z, which actually is pretty cool indeed. I wish I had the Street Hunter wide body kit, but you know, it's only so much you can ask Hot Wheels to do. And then we have got this, the Metro Luxury SUV, which is absolutely tiny, but it's doing its best. Alright, next. Well, I don't really know what we're going to do next, but we'll think of something, and you'll see that just about now. And before I forget, there's also an extra little bit from today's haul as well, because I've gone ahead and picked up, if I'm getting out the bag, go over there, good bag. We've gone ahead and picked up this Forza Motorsport 2 from way back in the day. This one has got the Aston Martin on the front as opposed to the original one, which had the Nissan 350Z on the front, which is also very interesting. But, oh, the light's gone on, fantastic. We've also got all of the stuff on the back here, so if you're intrigued in me making this a video, go ahead, let me know in the comments. So here we are now, going back down towards the arcade. I'm enjoying my little bit of filming at night, because I don't get a chance to do that very often. The interesting thing is, there's been a Kia parked just there the entirety of the day, and we really don't know why. Could it be there for owners? I mean, there's another one parked there, but I think there's a person in that one. And now we're going all the way down to the arcades. You can't see a thing, because there's lights, and more lights, and my camera got very unhappy because the lens got a little damp earlier, so now it's going absolutely haywire at every single light that it sees. But we're going to make our way back to the arcade, so it might be talking, it might be B-roll, I don't know why I'm trying to explain this, you can barely see my hand, but you get the idea, so let's go, and just go and do crazy stuff. Arcade time, let's go.
Until the very last hour, we still got a few more days to slay. It's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your legs, feel it on your fingertips.
And so here we are. Don't you worry, I've not fallen into the back rooms yet. But we're having a look around the arcades that we were at earlier. We stayed there that long, they've actually started to shut everything off. So I'm probably going to get told to leave soon. But, you know, it is currently 22:43. So, yeah, it's really, really creepy. It really is. I mean, I can turn my exposure down on my camera, right? And look at that. That is so weird. But I'm going to go ahead and make my way back to the van. In the meantime, all the video clips that you saw of all their performers, I actually got to speak to a few of them who have probably seen this video, so hello. Absolutely fantastic meeting you all. It was honestly fantastic. And Haven, if you want to hire a photographer, you know who to call. Me, please. And then in that machine, he tried to see us win that little octopus earlier. Didn't really get anywhere. Tried to pick it up, and it went just as soon as we got to the edge. It just fell off the thing. So we're going to try it again tomorrow, and hopefully we might get it then. Update, it did get late, so now I'm walking back to the caravan. But honestly, that was a fantastic night of entertainment and music. I actually really enjoyed it. There was a lot of songs that, for some reason, even I, of all people, recognised, which is usually a first for caravan sites, because usually it's just a case of, oh, here's a bunch of songs that nobody really knows. But no, there's actually quite a lot of songs that I knew this time around, which is fantastic. But now we're making our way back to the van, which is down here, to the right, and a bit further on down that way. It's a lot of walking and a lot of breeze. I'm going to be quiet now and go back to the van. Bye! So last night I said about getting 3,000 tickets for a little racing track, and lo and behold, racing track. So we did that yesterday for 7,500, and we did it. And this was the other challenge, challenge number 2, which was getting this thing. Challenge number 3, they've got a little inside-out octopus. And the 2 other members of my family have one over here with me, and I want one too. So that's going to be tomorrow's 3rd and final challenge. So check back in tomorrow to see if we do it. So it's now a fair bit later, that much later that is actually the next day. Oops. But here is the whole of what we've got so far. We've got 7,500 tickets for this wonderful little thing. Well, it's not exactly little, it's massive, but you get the idea. We have got ourselves up here the 3,000 ticket price. The total is like 10,500. My brain cannot math. I mean, that's no different from any other day, but still. We've got ourselves the Metro Luxury SUV, which is absolutely tiny, almost as small as our wonderful tiny little friend, Small, who's doing very well and currently on holiday. I have managed to land myself a Subi, which is very nice, and a lucky little find, 2 Liberty Walk S15s, and I'm probably going to open that one tomorrow and just let it rest on the shelf for a bit while we're on holiday, because we can. Also, side note, the price of Hot Wheels is getting way too expensive. I remember when these used to be $199. $199 is $220, that's not much difference. They used to be £1.50 back way when, like early 2000s. But anyway, I know I'm old. And the one thing we can't forget as well, Forza Motorsport 2. So all in all, it's been a pretty good haul so far. But now we've got Thursday to go, and there's one more thing that I want to win. And you'll see that probably tomorrow. So stick around, and I'll see you in day number 4. I know people do the hand over the camera outro thingies to the days, and it's all overused, but I'm going to do it anyway. See you in the next video. Well, a very, very nice good morning. Welcome to day number 4. Well, I was halfway through some food B-roll and the unexpected happened.